flight back from Philly. So yeah.
Oh my goodness! How did you able to give yourself a concussion?
Because I fell asleep on the flight, right? It was an 8-hour delay. So there's me on the flight. The plane landed. I went bang right into the seat in front of me, like smacked my head off the seat. And I was like, okay, never mind. Like, and I just thought my head was a bit sore, took painkillers. My flight was overbooked on Tuesday, so I was still stuck in the States. On
Oh
Wednesday, I
snap!
flew. And like on my flight, I was like, my head is killing me. So I landed back yesterday and I'm like, oh my God. They're like, yeah, you've got concussion.
Yeah, you hit that head awfully freaking hard.
I did, yes.
Yes, Lord have mercy. Yes, porn stars do get concussions, ladies and gentlemen.
We
Yes,
do, yeah.
we actually do.
We
Now,
even
I want
have
to say,
them, you know.
yeah, because we are athletes in all intents
We
and
are.
purposes. Let's just be real about it. Because we have to do athletic feats of sexuality in our scenes all the time, and especially your flexible, sexy ass.
I know. Well, fold me up like a pretzel.
Well, I ain't mind putting the woman in the pretzel back in my day, so it was a fun time. So first of all, I want to say thank you because you giving me a first. Because of course, by the accent, then I saw the flag. You the first lady that I've talked to that's from Scotland.
Yay,
So,
go me.
yes, and I love Scotland. What part of Scotland are you from?
I'm from Fife.
Mm.
So
Okay.
the kingdom, as it's known.
Yes, yes. And I always wanted to go to Scotland, especially Glasgow and stuff. I'm a
Glasgow's a
huge
vibe. Glasgow is a
yeah.
vibe,
Oh
honestly.
yes, I can tell. And two, I'm a huge wrestling fan. So y'all have a wrestling promotion over there that I would love to check out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, ICW. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. And I love your accent. Oh my God,
thank you.
just so sexy. It was like when you first, I heard your voice, mail on Twitter. My dick just got hard. I apologize. It was just, I said, "Oh
That's
my
okay.
God, she can talk."
I seem to
So,
have a thing.
oh my goodness. So is so you work both sides of the pond when it comes to porn, right?
I work both sides of the pond and I work Europe as well. Yeah.
Mm. Oh my goodness. And so you can really, because I've talked to people about the difference in porn in Europe versus the porn scene here in America, what have you. And I
Mm.
noticed this, and this, and this, what the hell?
You went all glitchy there.
Oh, not the YouTube came on. I was like, what the hell did YouTube go on? Sorry about
Oh,
that, folks.
that's okay.
But now I know I can actually play shit from YouTube by accident. That's a beautiful thing. Now, anyway, back to my point.
Yeah.
Um, they treat y'all a little bit, in my opinion, different and somewhat better, in my opinion, from what I've seen with the awards and from talking to a lot of people from over there, or what have you. Even to like when I look at the OnlyFans creators, or what
Mm-hmm.
you consider OnlyFans creators from over there versus over here, on the whole, y'all have a more professional look across the board than across the board when it comes to America.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So with you, where have you know the differences between American porn with America and porn in Europe?
See, I prefer porn in America because people actually are about their business, they're about their bag, right?
Mm.
If I schedule a shoot with somebody, they're there. They're tested. They've got their model release forms, they're on it. They've got their
Mm.
hard drive, or we were airdrop. I don't have an iPhone, so I'm always like, I have my hard drive, like just chuck it
Yeah.
on there.
Mm.
In the UK, oh, what's a 2257? What do you mean? Oh, I don't know. Like, I can get the content somehow, just like, and I'm like, what do you mean somehow? Like, how are you going to sell it? Oh, well, I'll put it on OnlyFans, right? Do you not put it on tube sites? No. Oh, okay, so where do you sell your stuff? OnlyFans. I'm
Mm.
like, right. So you're OnlyFans creator. Like, do you not diversify? Do you,
Mm.
have you done paid shoots? No. What's a
Mm.
paid shoot? I'm like, oh, okay. So
Oh damn.
I've been hired in Europe. I did 2 weeks filming a reality TV show over there. I get booked
Mm.
for jobs over in Europe.
Mm.
Other people in the UK, if they do, they're only doing it because they're doing the extreme stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've crossed all the boundaries that you said you weren't going to cross
Mm-hmm.
for what? $500? Like for real? Like, so yeah, like a lot of the girls in the UK, they're only successful if they're prepared to be pissed on and have 3 dicks up their ass. Like, I'm like, well,
Oh
like,
yeah,
I don't mind my ass, but like, come on.
yeah, because I had talked to my girl, shout out to Nicole, and we talked about it because anal is huge over there. They
Yeah.
love anal. They love anal. The more extreme the anal is, the better it is,
Mm-hmm.
period. And I said this before, sexually, y'all ahead of us anyway, in many ways. A little bit because of freakiness and shit like that. Because I even remember watching videos from Germany.
See, I love Germany. Like, Germany's one of my favorite places to go. Like, for real.
Yes, and they were doing BDSM. That way I was seeing the latex and all that, and the spitting and shit. And that's when I figured out I love BDSM.
So yeah, you can literally. So there are like sex kinos, which is like sex cinemas, and they're all over. You can just pop in, sex shop down the stairs, go upstairs, cinema, glory holes. You can just start fucking. Like,
see, that's what I'm talking about. So, people, smokers, you see where this is going. We about to have a little international love baby from Scotland. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what time it is. It's time to smoke this over. So welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know I am. I am your wonderful host, Kevin Arthur, Southern Champ, a.k.a. the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link on mylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. 4 sponsors to tell you about. First one being one of the hottest adult mags in the game. In my opinion, the hottest, eroticismmagazine.com. Award-winning, award-nominated. Voiceover with smut, got virtual reality. We're talking about blusherotica.com. And for you people that love candles, whether you just love to do wax play or you just want a good smell before you get your freak on, the Kinky Candle Company. And for your legal needs, I got you covered. The Queen of Law herself, Mitchell Ferrari. That's right, from the Queen City. Go check her out. All the links in the description. Also, you can find me 5 days out of the week in the mornings at fullswapradio.com, as well as a bunch of other wonderful podcasts you will enjoy. Also, you can check me out at skyholeafterdarktv.com, as well as the BGP LLC app. Now, y'all heard the accent. This lady is thick. She's sexy. She's internationally known across the pond. She is hot. She's tattooed. And I can't say enough about this sexy ass pog. So, without any further ado, and she's a mistress. So, all you bitch boys, stand up and pay tribute to this wonderful goddess. Because I'm going to shut up and sit back and let her tell you who she is. Tell me who you is.
Okay, so I am Livie Blainn, Scottish. I'm a mistress, cuckoldress, pog, an all-round fucking freaking exhibitionist, to be fair. Trying to say it politely, but like...
Hey, there's no politeness here. We brings the smoke here. We keeps it 100. It's uncandid, unfiltered. So let's go. So which came first, the porn or the BDSM?
Do you know, it was a bit of a mixture. So I kind of fell into this between... I used to model, I still model, but I was modeling and I got invited into a lifestyle party, not knowing it was a lifestyle party at the end of a shoot day. So I kind of fell into it that way. At that same party, one of the videographers was like, do you want to shoot a film? I was like, well, what kind of film? So I ended up shooting my first porn scene with one of the Haitian guys that was over, who to this day I am still friends with, like 20 years later. So from that, I kind of like, all these women seem to be into this whole like men telling them what to do, and I was like, well, that ain't me. I was like, don't be telling me like shit. Like, so they were like, oh, you're more dominant. And I was like, yeah, like, but I didn't realize that it was like coined that, back then. So I started kind of like experimenting, ended up doing gangbang parties and BDSM events within the lifestyle in Scotland. So that was kind of like my little niche. And then I was like filming every so often, but there wasn't that many guys for me to film with in Scotland. And at the
Oh,
time,
I
my
can
kids were too
imagine.
young for me to be traveling. So it was like, well, you
Yeah.
know what? I will as and when, but I'll kind of focus all my stuff on BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
Then I moved from Scotland to England 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was easier to film, but it still wasn't as easy. So I was still doing bits and pieces, but I've hosted in the Lifestyle for the last 15 years. Various events,
Mm-hmm.
interracial events, BDSM events, cosplay events, like you name it.
Oh my goodness.
Social events that have seen people from all walks of the world come to my events, like 500 people strong events.
My goodness.
Yeah. So then I started, as my kids got older and it became a lot easier, it was like, right, well, what do I want to do? Like, I want to do gangbangs. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to, like, take my freaky ass on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing the splat bukkake parties. You'll probably seen the
Mm-hmm.
UK porn party. So I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that. Yeah. A lot of my friends that did the interracial events at the same time as me, just different parties, they shoot content as well. So we would do the gangbangs. And then it was like, right, I need to kind of venture even further because, again, in the UK, there's maybe 20 black men in London that shoot, and maybe 5 of them don't wear a mask. I'm like, well, this is
Mm-hmm.
great, but like, I don't want to just fuck somebody with a mask on all the time. Like, I'm running
Yeah,
out of storylines.
because I figured that also. I also heard that when it comes to interracial porn, there's not a lot. Yeah, there's not a lot of brothers that's in it. You know,
There's
period.
not. I mean, there's a lot of guys that will shoot, but they wear a mask, and I'm like, well, that's
Yeah,
great, but like, my viewers like seeing who it is.
yeah.
Like, you know, my cucks, my slaves, all of that, they love watching it. They're like, oh my God, you were with so and so. So a lot of them message me now going, oh my God, I want to see you work with, you know, whoever, or I love seeing you work with XYZ, because they build this whole relationship between me and them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I'm like, if you wear a mask, that's cool. You know, we can do like a robbery scene, we can do a break, you
yeah,
know, something like that. But I can't do that all the time. Like, that's,
yeah.
and I've
Because see,
tried
the
to
thing,
diversify. Every so often I'll be like, right, I'll shoot with a white guy, and I'm like, I'm trying.
so it's safe to say that you love black dick. They just keep it on, and you just.
You know, my boyfriend laughed. So over the summer, we spent our first summer together.
Mm.
We went out to the lifestyle parties and things. And like, every time we turned around, I pulled like a black chick, and he's like, "Oh my God!" He's like, "You pull black women as fucking often as you pull black men." I was like, "Mm-hmm."
and, and, and see, I think because also over here, because I think that really everybody wants to be hot in this market, in the American
Yes.
market. You know, period. No matter whether
Mm-hmm.
no matter where you are, you know,
Yeah.
period. So, and the interracial market is strong here, as well as the MILF, hot wife, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can imagine how hard it is for you ladies to find the brothers that are willing. And here's the other part of it: not just content creators. We're talking about straight up professional porn stars. So, ain't a
Mm-hmm.
lot of black professional porn stars that's over there.
No, there's really not, which is sad, you know. And a lot of them, if they are, they only want to work one on one, which is fine. Like, but to be fair, for me, boy girl doesn't sell a lot unless there is a backstory, unless there's something between me and that person, unless my fans get behind it,
Yeah.
you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can shoot boy girl all day, but it's not really going to do a lot for me, and I have to know where my kind of market goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you people don't realize when you do just straight I call that straight fuck scenes,
Yeah.
they bleed together and it bore your fan base. They
Mm-hmm.
want a story because it gives you variety. That's how part of the ways of variety is because you're giving different stories with each scene. You know,
Mm-hmm.
period. Because even with me, when I did a lot of one-on-ones, it was because I couldn't find other male talents.
Yeah.
That was the other problem. I had
That's
to
what it
bring
is. Yeah.
girls in, but I couldn't find other dudes, you know, that one would want to do a threesome and two could actually do the job. But I digress. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it is, and then also when your brand is based off of something, you got to find the right fit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I mean, I'm lucky. I mean, I will, you know, if I'm doing dominatrix, it'll be male or female. So it's usually a white
Mm-hmm,
male, cuckold,
mm-hmm,
or a slave that I will abuse, whether that's sounding, wax play, spanking, whatever. Same with women.
mm-hmm,
I'll do the same, or I'll slut them out. Um, So it's kind of like, but then at times I'm like, I want to slut me out. I'm like,
Oh my god. So it because I also noticed I said that the swingers scene is way more lit over there than it is here. You know,
do you know what? Everybody says that, but I enjoyed my time more in Florida in the swinging scene than I have in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So I notice a lot in the UK.
I mean, but you go to the UK, it's no different. We'll say the same thing. We went to Glasgow. We'll say the same thing with Scott. Man, this place is more lit than America.
But there's only one club in Glasgow, like, and that's CJ's. There's one in Edinburgh. That's after 8.
So when you throw your events, you throw them at hotels, you throw them at houses, Airbnb.
No, so I used to hire nightclubs. So either vanilla nightclubs that had a sex license, so that's usually in the gay community, or actual swinging clubs. And I used to do my events. I mean, it used to be 4 times a year, that went to 8 times a year, that went to once a month, that went to 2-3 times a month. And it was just like, but then I found myself, all I was doing was hosting all the time. And like, it would get to the end of the night and I'm like, I've had no dick. I'm like, I've literally gone about you book your asses for like the last 8 hours and I've had no dick.
Well, you know they say the boss can't have no fun sometimes.
I know, but it became like a joke. It became a joke that I was like the sexless swinger. I was like, this is not funny. Like no.
Oh my goodness. So shoot. So, how did you start to come over here?
So I met a load of guys in Cap Dag last year, actually. We went to Black to Cap. So I met a lot of the performers that were there as part of the males for the Hot Wives. Yeah. And I remember being very disgruntled at Cap because like there was all these really nice guys and we were all sitting chilling. And like they're just fucking all these couples. Like, you know, the wife sat there with this guy and I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, so when do the single women get fucked? Oh, well, this is more for couples. And I'm like, well, that's great, but I'm single. So like, do I get like a bowl? Or like, yo, can we fill the bowl up?
Can I get some dick? I'm just saying.
Can I get a kind of dick? Like, anyway, a couple of the guys had said, oh, we've got this like Telegram group thing and we all follow you on Twitter. We were like, holy fuck. Like, Livie's going to be there. She does porn. And I was like, I don't know who any of you are. I was like, so come and talk to me. So I ended up shooting a bunch of scenes with them. And we've all kind of kept in touch. So it was a kind of natural, like, come to the States. So I was like, right, okay, cool. I'll come to the States. So I reached out, worked with some of them, went to Vegas, worked with a whole bunch more. And then kept coming back and forward, ended up dating an American. So I'm kind of like always back and forth now. I just need like a direct flight. That'd be even better. But you know.
Yeah. I saw you work with, I think, Savannah Starr. Shouts out to her. Shouts out to Jay Playoff and everything. And when you came over here, I know it was like night and day porn wise. But what happened compared to? It was
so much better because people actually turned up. Like, don't get me wrong. I think 2 people had to cancel on me at AVN, which is fair enough. I was like, it happens. But other than that, everybody turned up. They had all their IDs. They had the paperwork. They were ready to film, you know. Whereas here, I mean, I went to a content hunt recently. Now, I was there for 2 days. Guess how many scenes I shot?
How many scenes you shot?
In 2 days.
10,
guess how many?
10?
3.
3. Ooh.
They were not about their business. They were like, "Oh, it's sunny. We'll sit outside." Like, no. Let's not sit outside. Like I've paid to be here. Like let's work.
So it's safe to say the European scene is more sizzle than steak. Ours is more steak than sizzle.
Yeah, they're just, you know what, they use it a lot as social, and I'm like, that's great. If you want to network, go to an expo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we don't have expos in the UK, which is the downside. And even our award show is not like the award shows in the US. So you know yourself, there's usually booths and there'll be like the companies there and the sponsors there. Yeah, the sponsors will turn up. There's no booths. Like, if you don't know who that person is from that company, I mean, you could be sitting talking to the wealthiest man in the world. You have no idea because you're like, hi, who are you? Like, which I have done.
We're like, oh, I did not know.
But you know
And
what?
if
They
you
actually
pay,
prefer that sometimes because they're like, you're just speaking to me like I'm a person, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, you are a person, unless like I poke you and you come out with like white milk or something, then then you're an android. But like you're a person, why would I not speak to you?
Yeah. Well, see, part of our business is we have to be able to talk to the fans, and
Yes.
also be able to talk to others in the business to conduct business.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be able to know how to talk to people and relate
Yep.
to people.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because because part of this business is developing relationships,
Mm-hmm.
especially when we talk about doing content trade and all that good stuff. Because it's more than just I want to fuck you. It's you want to actually. In a lot of cases, guys, when you asked me this question, because it was a long time ago, they was like, "Why do you continue to shoot with the girls? You both shoot with them once, and that's it." I'm like, "But she's making me money. Why wouldn't I not shoot with her again?"
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so with you, it's like when you first got in the business over there, because I find this
Mm-hmm.
interesting because you started early back then. I mean, started early in porn in
Yeah.
Europe. How was it then when you different when versus when you came back? When you was able to actually come back?
Oh, massively, because obviously there was no such thing as OnlyFans. There was no such
Mm-hmm.
thing as any of these platforms, any of these fan-based subscription sites.
Mm-hmm.
You literally uploaded to like the main porn sites that existed back
Mm-hmm.
then,
Mm-hmm.
pre-Pornhub and everything else.
Yeah.
Like, and it was a minefield. Or you sold them through like escort sites
Yeah.
because people would then buy through there. I mean, people still buy through escort sites, and we can upload our videos and sell them online.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, compared to that, and then obviously I came back pre-COVID, not
Mm-hmm.
with as much as I do now, but then
Mm-hmm.
COVID hit, and it was okay that the market got saturated, and I have to say, like a lot of the times, I kind of like wrinkle my nose at a lot of the people that say I'm a creator, and you look and I'm like, you do solo stuff, like babe, I can sit in my room and wank all day, like quite happily, right? But you're not a creator, like.
I like her already. I knew why I had a crush on her because she sounded like me. She sounded like me, don't she, smokers? No, because I agree.
Yeah,
And
I get a lot of
and
respect for it,
and
but I'm
girls get
like, well,
mad when you say that shit. Girls get mad when
yeah,
you say that shit because they think you. Females think that me shoving a dildo in my pussy is going to make me be able to generate continuous income and money for
yep.
years to come. It's not.
Mm-hmm. No.
Because the fans going to get bored with you with just that dildo.
Mm-hmm. And like, I very rarely do solo content. Like, I will do the odd, mainly if it's been a custom, a custom
Mm-hmm.
video, and I'm like, you know what, that was pretty dope. I'll redo it, but
Yeah.
I'll tweak it a little bit so that I can put that
Mm-hmm.
online. But other than that, I'm like, no, like why am I going to get tested every 14 days to shove a bit of plastic up me? No.
I say, I mean, don't get it twisted. It's some females that they kind of have to do the solos because they don't have male talent to their disposal. But it's the ones that do have that can get male talent to their disposal that choose
Yeah.
just to do their shit, and they just think they're gonna for the next 3 years make 6 figures. Really?
Well, see, I laugh at it, or I see a lot of solo creators that will say, "Oh, I'm not shooting with anybody," till they see somebody they fancy,
Mm-hmm.
and then, "Oh, I'll shoot with them, and it'll make me loads of money." No, you're clout chasing for one, and two, you ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna make anything because you're not known. Like, you put that one video up, that's great. That's one video. Like,
I mean, but see, to me, I tell people the game is don't get it twisted. Now, if you want to take the business seriously to where you want to get bookings and shit like that, now you want to shoot with established male talent. It's a difference
yes,
between cloud chasing and what we call it. Because to
yep,
me, cloud chasers is you shot with this major talent and you got nothing out of it other than you shot with a major talent.
yep. But I see that so often, and I'm just like, Jake, like I see the Twitter updates or the Instagram, and I'm like, okay. And then you're like, so where's the next, where? And you're like, did you just do this like one scene? Like, is this?
And
Yeah,
she'll continuously, you don't see it no shoot houses, no nothing, just
no, like just nothing. I'm like, okay,
and see too also I've been saying this too. I hate when a female all she got is just fuck videos on her Twitter. or X. Or I mean, Instagram, we know you can't do it, but let's keep it 100. If they was able to do it on Instagram, they do it on Instagram too.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I hate that, and that's what, to me, females nowadays don't understand the power of being a sex symbol.
No, they don't. Like, I literally shake my head at so many people, and I get told I have to be nice, and I'm like, well, I'm not being nice, but I'm not going to keep my mouth closed. Like, especially when somebody asks me, I'm like,
Yeah, because also with you is also the image, because not only you're a porn star, but you're also a dominatrix.
Yeah.
So you have to portray the image, a certain image, in order to attract submissive cucks and so forth. You know, so it's a double entendre for you. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to your pictures and your advertisements and stuff.
I mean, it's like a lot of guys so I'll have a lot of guys jump in my DMs. I'd love to work with you. Can't wait to fucking slap you and have you be my bitch. I'm like, yo, can you not read? And they're like, what? And I'm like, Dominatrix. They're like, yeah. You fuck black men. I'm like, yes, I fuck black men. I'm not a sub. Not for a black man. I certainly don't get slapped about. You will not make me your bitch. That is hilarious. You do gangbangs. Yeah, go and watch them. Please tell me where one guy raises his hand to me, one guy degrades me, one guy does anything that I don't want. They don't. Because we went through it all. Yeah, I want 10 of you. Yeah, I want DVP, I want DP, I want all of that. But you'll do it in a respectful way that I'm going to enjoy it, and we're going to create a fire scene. And it works. Like, I don't need to have somebody choking me out, pulling my hair, slapping me. I'm like, mate, that's just going to annoy me. Like, my face.
But see, do you think that they think that because I had this conversation with many other dominatrix, because you're being fucked, they assume that you're submissive.
Yes.
Why are they wrong?
Because pussy is the power. Like, it's a stunt dick at the end of the day. Like, I have that power. I can be like, no, I'm done. I can move off. I can see your dick's trash. There we go. What you got to do? Nothing. Like,
he said he had to get the fuck over it. But no, but see, I heard some misses and slaves say that shit, and I had to correct them, because it's people realize the submissive has the most power in the dynamic to a certain extent.
Which is why I say, like, when I shoot gangbangs, when I shoot boy girl, etc., I'm like, let's remove the DS element, right? Okay, there's some things I won't do with you. If you're not my partner, I'm not going to do certain things, especially not on camera. But we can still have a really good scene. We can still do a lot of, what I call is like a fire play. So it's like fire on fire. Like, we can both be dominant personalities and create a scene that's
They're my favorite type scenes. Goddamn it, I'm going toe to toe with the dominant. I like them. We compete to see who gonna come the hardest out of this motherfucker during the scene. That shit.
Yep. See, like, I struggle. Like, if it's a submissive man on set, I'm so disengaged, because I'm like, give me something to feed off of, give me something to push back and work with you on. And different if it's a dominatrix scene. Yeah, you be submissive all day. Like, I will feed into what you need. Whether that's abuse, humiliation, whatever that is, that we can work with that. But like afterwards, I need my release. So I'm like, I'm not going to have that with him, because it's a different dynamic.
And see, what people realize is there sex in BDSM? Yes. But does all sex involve BDSM? No. Because even with a gangbang, that doesn't involve BDSM. That's more of a pleasure for the woman of being the center of attention.
I mean, that is me, yeah. Like, because I say, like, I'm a hot wife. Of course I want to be the center of attention. Do I want all the dick? Yes. Am I greedy? Yes. Like I ain't lying. Like,
oh my God. So what the biggest gangbang you have done?
For my 40th birthday, I did 56 guys.
Damn, that's strong. That's strong. That's strong. Was all three holes open?
No, because a lot of them I hadn't really like fucked before. And it was a huge event. So I was like, listen, I'm quite happy to do DVP. And some of the dicks were huge. I was like, not gonna lie, like, there's no way that's fitting anywhere. Like, Like some of them are bigger than my arm. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm allergic to latex, so you have to use skin. So it wasn't a creator gangbang; it was a swinging gangbang.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, look, there's like all these boxes of condoms. These are all mine. You'll have to use them. My dude, like my friend that was there, I was like, listen, you bring in the guys that you know that I would probably play with. Make sure it's one of my condoms. Make sure that you've watched them put it on, you know. And he's like, and when are we finishing? I was like, when they're all finished. When all the condoms are finished. He's like, for real? But he laughed because I was so bossy. I'm like, who does DVP? Yes, you there. You there. You put that in my. And he's like, you're the bossiest woman I know. He's like, you just dictate where the dick goes. I'm like,
I was surprised. You know, so Tadpole, if you watch it, I think you need to have her do a gangbang for you, man. I'm just saying. I think that shit would be hot. And period. Because Rebel Rider did 100-man gangbang.
wow.
Yeah, I was like, damn, all 3 holes. I had to give it to her.
Yeah, so I got asked that question when I was in Estonia, and they were like, oh, like the biggest one is like 300 or something. I was like, bet. I mean, I would do it. I mean, it equates to like about 14 seconds of fucking, but like, yo, come on, let's do it.
And you don't realize because the gangbang, the dudes don't necessarily last long unless you do a porn gangbang.
Yes, they really don't. Like they get so excited that like, oh my god, I'm fucking a porn star, and I'm like, next.
So what I'm trying to think. So when you came over here, what have you? Like how did you not overshoot yourself? And what I mean by overshoot yourself was you got so happy that you done shot so many scenes that you're tired and worn out.
No, I don't actually think I have that off switch.
I would love working with you. I said we could have shot all day. Be like, damn, y'all went.
No, I've always said it's like you know when you see these memes and it's like guys want a girlfriend that'll fuck 6 times a day till they meet them, right? And I'm like, yeah, that is true. Like my guy will be like, babe, really? Like I'm like, oh, like I'm fine. Like I know your penis has to recover, but I just don't have that off switch. Like, and I think the more I have it, the more I want it. So it's like I might shoot 4 scenes that day. I'll be like, I'll still go home to my guy and be like, babe. Like, I just don't have that off switch.
Well, he's a lucky man. I'm not even going to front because shit. I already know I don't have much ball switch my damn self. Shit. she can walk in and if I had a girl, she could walk in and be sucking my dick right now while I'm doing the show. I would not be mad at her. But like, excuse me, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. But see, also it makes it like this. A person like that, it makes them great for porn because one, you can be able to how can I put this? Deal with the mental aspect of it. Because now you really ain't got me ashamed no way because you enjoy fucking anyway, you know. Period. And 2, it'll make for great content because the key to this business is being the biggest and nastiest and dirtiest slut on camera. That's what they want to see.
It is like it's like Matt guys that will say to me, "You're freaky." I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "Shit," and then they work with me and they're like, "Oh, okay, you weren't joking." I'm like, "No, I was not." So, I mean, yes, I still do anal scenes, but it's like, it depends on who it is. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a creator that's not very well established and I've not seen them do any other anal scenes, I'm like, well, how good are you at this? Like I want to make sure I'm okay. Like, if you've done it before or, you know, whatever, then cool. Or, you know, if you've had experience, fine. But these guys that turn up and they've got 6 months worth of search, they've shot with 3 people and they're like, yeah, can I fuck your ass? I'm like, let's see how you go with the other holes first, and then we'll, you know.
This is when you know you're doing a good job when they ask you to put in their ass during the scene, and it was not supposed to be any anal.
Yeah,
put in my ass.
Oh, you know, I did that in Philly. I was like, yeah, we're gonna shoot a scene, and I was like, so I literally like on the day I was like, so this is gonna be a really rough scene, and I want all 3 holes used, and they was like, oh, I was like, yeah, thanks. Like just casual. It's like, yeah, thanks.
Oh my! I know. He was like, I like her. I like. Oh my goodness. So shoot. So when okay. So when you coming back to the States and yeah, when you coming back to the States?
When I will be back in about 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Mm. Oh my goodness, she's just bouncing back and forth. So how often do you film to keep up with your updates?
How often do I film? So I
Mm-hmm.
will do like blocks of. So I just shot 8 scenes in Philly there. I fly out to
Mm-hmm.
Expos on Monday, and I've got 10 scenes scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
I've got so obviously I was in the States May, June, and half of July. So I've got all the scenes that I shot over summer that I've still to edit.
Mm-hmm.
So plus the ones, so I've got about 60, 70 scenes still to edit and put out there from like this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably crack in another 40, 50 before the end of the
Mm-hmm.
year. And then that will give me like a little bit of downtime, like across December and January, because
Mm-hmm.
the UK industry is dead. December, January, like completely dead.
Damn.
So I'll literally be like, I'll be like, where can I go? I'm like, Vegas, Vegas again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because right around January there'll be AVNs or what have you
AVN.
and everything.
Yeah.
It's and how was it when the first time you went to the AVNs to
It was
experience the
good.
award on the American side? Go ahead.
So yeah, I went. So I actually went. T-Rio had me on his booth for his
Mm-hmm.
model consultancy. So I was there signing stuff and everything, and I shot a really dope scene with another creator, which turned into 3 scenes that day accidentally, which turned
Mm-hmm.
into me not going to the award show and laying up in bed with him the following day.
Hold
So
on, wait a second, wait a second. You ain't just skip over the fact you said it went from we post shot 1 scene to how did it go from 1 to 3? You have to explain yourself, man.
So we shot the first scene, and literally like, so when I rewatched the video, I actually seen how many seconds it was until when we started fucking that we both went, this is not a one-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
23 seconds. 23 seconds. We both were like, damn. So like we shot that scene. we I had a shower, had some food. It's like, oh well, did you fancy like I was like, yeah. So we did another scene. And then it was like, well, we just put the camera on and just see what we do. Like, because at least then I'm not just fucking off cam, because then I don't feel as unprofessional.
I'm like, we gonna fuck, we want to fuck each other anyway, and so why
I'll just put
not?
the camera on. We're good. So yeah, so I kind of skipped out his room at like 3 a.m. I was like, I ain't staying the night with you. That's really unprofessional.
see, people don't know how to get off camera pussy, but keep it on camera. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like I
You know.
left his. The next day I got up, I went to my shoots in the morning, then realized I'd left my charger in his hotel room. So I was like, so I messaged him like, can I grab my charger? Like, if you're free, let me know. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm free such and such a time. So I went to pick up my charger. And then we ended up spending the entire rest of that day and night together. And he's like, are you going to the award show? I was like, we have donuts and bed. Nah, I'm good. So yeah, I didn't even go to the award show.
See what
I
happens
just got,
when see what good dick can do and make you forget about the award show.
I know, right? I was like, what is this all about? Like, I was like, it's devil dick. It's fucking devil dick.
But see, that's why we keep it real on the show. That's why I tell people part of it, especially for the content trade. We ain't talking about the paid. It is choice, and part of it is that you want to fuck that person. It may not be that you want to date them. It may not be that you're gonna fall in love with them. No, you actually sexually attracted to them, want to see what they're working with. It's just in a business sense, period. Yep. So, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's not. I mean, to be fair, like we're still fucking now. So like the award show, we're still together. 8 months later.
I'm saying so. Sometimes it happens like that, people. We do find love within the industry. Because they swear me down, because they swear me down, we will not, anybody in this lifestyle, whether it's on camera or off camera, won't find love, but that's not true. Because there's so many married people in this business.
Oh, God, yeah.
And plus, swinging is the gateway drug to porn. So there you go, swinging goes.
It does. See, I just find I find in the UK a lot of the new swingers, so the post-COVID swingers, they come with the mindset that, well, I'm a dude and I've paid 80 quid to get in here, so I'm fucking every woman in here. I'm like, that's not how this goes. I'm like, you don't have any kind of like leg to stand on. You paid your money to enter the premises, yes, whether that's the business owner, the host, whatever. You've paid to be able to use the facilities. That does not mean that you have every right to stick your dick in wherever female you are.
See, that's this generation because of the. Let's keep it 100. What we do was never supposed to be normalized nor sensationalized.
No.
Period. It was never meant to be. The money is made in the taboo of it. For it to be taboo, it has to be somewhat underground. When it became normalized, everybody know about it. Because let's keep it 100, right? I don't know your age or what have you. I'm 49 myself. If I had known you're 42, see.
I'm 42.
Oh, by the way, I already knew you was a freak when I saw your picture, so you won't go you won't go fool me.
See, I get told I look sweet and innocent.
I'm like, no, I know looking at you like, oh yeah, she gonna fuck the shit out of me. I'm gonna enjoy it. So, but back to my point.
Yeah.
If things I knew back then, I would have moved differently as a human being. You feel what I'm saying? If I knew about BDSM, I knew about swinging, polyamorous, and all that good stuff, right? Being a dom and all that good shit. We didn't know about it. We didn't have access to it because we were not posed to, because the lifestyle was that guarded. Period. But now it's social media'd up to where if you see it too much, now you're just gonna go. It's more of a sheep situation.
Yeah, it's like people say to me, like they'll say to me, "Oh, what's the most bizarre?" or "What's the one?" I'm like, to be fair, like a lot of it I am desensitized to because I've been in it for 20 years. Like, so I mean, I've seen a lot of things that to the regular person on the street we would have them running for the hills. Whereas for me, I'm like, it's kind of a normal Friday night, to be fair. Like, I don't think anything different of it. Like I mean, like the most bizarre one that sticks out for me was walking into a club one night, and there was all these people kind of chilling, like they finished fucking, and there was this dude sat in the middle of the room with his legs crossed, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And it was clearly like on poppers or something, and he's like, "Oh yes, but I may need a hand," and I was like, "Oh, okay, you may need a hand." I was like, well, "With what?" "Well, I seem to have lost the nozzle." I was like, "The nozzle?" So he'd shoved this fucking butt plug thing up his ass, and he'd lost the fucking turny thing, and it was just getting bigger and bigger. And he couldn't move, and he's like, "Could you perhaps help?" I was like, I'm sticking my hand up some fucking ass I don't even know. I'm like, "Yo, hold on, bend over. Like let's see if I can like."
And what was funny, right? And even though my mouth was wide open, it was not the shock. It was just the funniness of it. Like,
it was it was the funny. Like,
how did you? First of all, how do you lose the nozzle? Okay, what the fuck was you doing?
He kept sitting and he kept like trying to knock it so that he was like he didn't have to use his hand. And I was like, "Yeah, but you've just jammed the thing up your ass. Like, come on, like, hold on, like, let's."
You got too happy.
He got too happy, but the worst of it was the tube that came out went down his urethra. So I'm like, "You're gonna fucking like your dick's gonna pop off. Hold on, like, like let's keep the dick intact and get this out your ass." Like it's so matter of fact for me. Like I don't even, like I've had women come up. "Yeah, there's something. Can you get it out my vagina?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hold on. Like, hold on."
I done got insteads. If y'all know what it is, that them soft cups for periods. I have one before, so that just give you just a taste of the shit. Yes. No, because I think that's the reason why these dudes think like they do when they come to the strip club. This is the reason why everybody wants to do fetish, why everybody's a dom, a financial dom, a film dom, and all this stuff, because it got so sensationalized. The funniest thing, interviews I had is talked to two people that started in the 80s. That was just so fun to talk to them out. How was it back then?
But do you know what I preferred? So back then, when I started doing lifestyle parties and everything, and Dominatrix, it was a community, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have like the social media like you have now. You know, you text. It was a text message to a text message, or you would call somebody, and you know, you would meet them for coffee more than you would actually meet them for anything else because it was a community-based friendship. Yes, there are times you would go to these parties, you would all have sex, cool. But that wasn't the be all and end all. It wasn't right, I'm finished work for the week and I'm gonna go fuck 10 women. Like, nah. It was, you know what, I'm gonna hang out with my mates, and if the sex happens, great. If not, I've had a great night anyway. You know, like
But see, the image that they want to portray, which is funny as fuck, because as much as people say we progressive, we're conservative at the same time. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to say that, but it's the truth. They want to portray the sex of it, but they don't want people to understand the mental side of it.
Yeah.
You know, really. Because it's, even if, for example, swinging, the mental side of it is mentally, yes, I love my husband. I want to be with my husband. But I just he can't be the only dick that I have all my life.
Yeah. Like, which for me, like, I mean, I want my person. I want to go home to my person. That doesn't mean those 5 dudes stood in front of me, I don't want to jump on their dick for half an hour. Like, that's all it is. You're hot, let's fuck. And then it's like, right, I'm back to my person. That's me, I'm happy. You know? But I think a lot of it, people miss the respect kind of side of things. Even in relationships, I think sometimes I watch some couples and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, oh, okay.
So I'm going to ask you this. Which side of the pond is more approved to the lifestyle? America or the UK?
Yeah, I find the UK. Like, I think the UK focuses a lot more on fetish. So no matter what club you go to, there's a dungeon, right? Now, I know there's dungeons in the US as well, but it's always this, there's a dungeon, and it's always how many women ass am I going to beat tonight? And it seems that like every guy that wants to have sex has to incorporate this, and I'm like, do not raise your hand to me. Like for real. Do not raise your hand to me.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Yeah, I see why you like America better.
Yes.
You looking to go get some dick. They over there got there beat the shit out of somebody.
Basically, yeah. Like, but all these women, so like we've got group chats and all the women post all pictures of all these bruises at the end of a weekend, and I'm like, y'all are tapped. Like, you're all a fucking tapped. Like, I want to go and sell some dick, not have somebody fucking wielding a fucking, like, nah, get the fuck out of my face with that shit. No. Like,
oh my goodness. No, I wouldn't even want it.
I call it the 50 Shades of Shite. Because after 50 Shades of Grey come out, everybody in the UK was like, I'm a dom. No, you're not. You're a fucking dickhead that just wants to raise your fucking hand. Like, nah.
No, it's like I said before, because even once again, you brought up 50 Shades of Grey, which I keep saying was Stockholm Syndrome, people. That was not BDSM.
That was not BDSM. I call it 50 Shades of Shit because it was fucking shit.
It was.
Like,
you know,
I mean,
to be honest with you, the closest movie that I haven't seen that was close to BDSM was the Corsican Brothers with Cheech and Chong. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? There's not very many films that actually show you. And that's what I keep saying to people. I'm like, you want to go and beat this girl's ass, right? You want to go and get a paddle. Okay, how are you reading her body language? How do you know she's in pain? How do you know you've hit the wrong part? How do you? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like,
have y'all even had the conversation?
Yeah, I'm like, you're not even having a conversation. Like, I've had people walk up and they just walk up and slap my ass as they walk past, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like for real? Oh, you're being boring. Well, I'm not being boring. Like, you've just assaulted me because again, like, no consent.
No, all I had to do was just, do you mind if I slap you on the ass?
And I'd be like, hell yes, I mind. Go sit yourself in a corner.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's, once again, they're not taught to read the rule.
No, they're not taught to read.
Yeah, and that's the one thing about the generation, because even when I hear about when they talk about the clubs or what have you, more people's on their cell phone than engaging with each other. You know, that was part of what made it a community, because we engaged. Yes. You know, we met places and stuff like that. Because even like I said, with the area that I'm in, North Carolina, there's no community. It sucks. It really does
Oh,
sucks.
okay.
Maybe because the Bible Belt, I get it, but damn.
Maybe. I mean, I find like German attitudes, Dutch attitudes are far more open in terms of swinging. French, especially when nudist places occur, like nudist beaches, nudist villages, all of that, like they're much more open-minded.
Yeah.
A lot of the UK can still be quite prudish. You know, I can go to some of the clubs here. Women won't be naked. They're like, well, no, that's for being at home. You're a swingers club. You've just had 10 guys reel you. You won't take your clothes off. Like, I'm not quite. I'm like, okay, each their own. Like, I'm never going to knock somebody. I'm like, each to your own. But like that to me is bizarre. Like,
Like I said, it's just it's fun to hear the different communities, the different countries and stuff like that. From talking from people from Romania, and
there's a couple of really good clubs in Poland. They keep inviting me over. There's a couple of clubs in Prague, and they've said I'm always welcome to go over. So I've just never had a chance to check out the swing. I've been to the countries. I've just not been able to check out the swinging clubs when I've been there.
Oh my goodness!
I did find there are none in Italy. I was very upset. I went to Italy. I went to Italy last year for my birthday with a friend of mine, and we Googled like clubs. I mean, there was like 3 swinging clubs, but you had to pay a membership, and it was going to be like $500 to go for a night. And I was like, well, like, do we really want to pay that for? You know, there could be 3 people in that club.
Yeah, so true, gotcha. That'd be the worst 500 you ever spent. We're like, what the fuck?
So we Googled like nightclubs that were open, and we found this strip club. So my mate was like, oh, do you want to go? I was like, well, I'm easy. Yeah, whatever. So we got there, and the doorman was like, do you know what kind of club this is? I'm like, yeah. He's like, and are you okay with that? And I'm like, am I okay with walking into a strip club? I was like, I was a stripper. Hell yes. Like, let me in. We don't usually let women in. I was the only female that was in there, other than the strippers.
Damn.
I was like, wow. And like I'm sat there and I'm watching the girls dance, and like the first dance it was okay, a bit cutesy, but second dance they still had clothes on. Third dance still had the clothes on. I'm like, when did they take their clothes off? I was like, can I just go dance, man?
I would love to part you.
He's like, on that pole. He's like, sit your ass down.
I love the party with you. I see she's a whole budget for this damn strip club. Oh my goodness. So I take it you know how to shake your ass then.
Yes. So I used to teach. I used to do burlesque, pole dancing, and hip hop and street dance. So I always find it funny when people are like, "Can you dance?" I'm like, "Yeah, rings around you." Like, watch.
Oh my god. Well, I can tell she can dance because I saw her twerk on a dick. So
I can twerk on a dick. Yes.
So people, so I done held this sexy lady up here long enough, and you know what time it is. Time for me to ask her that $1 million question. Ooh. Yes, Miss Livie, can I call you a smoke buddy?
You can.
Yeah, see, that's right. She'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge, and I hear you, premium smokers. I'm going to bring her sexy ass. I'm going to get her to shake that ass and maybe even show off them beautiful titties and them tats and show off that body that is famous across the pond, both sides. To the premium smoke room on Loyal Fans, you know what it is. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy, 4 sexy hostesses that you're going to fall in love with. And within the premium smoke room, it gets more candid, it gets more provocative, it gets more unpredictable, it gets more crazy. The conversation gets way more saucier. The tits come out, dildos might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. And for my Spotify people, I got something for you. Savage Smoke. That's right. I talked to industries, top male talents and producers, and we give you that smoke from a male perspective about the porn industry. Plus, over 400, I repeat the word, 400 episodes ranging from, excuse me, I had to clear my throat, ranging from limited podcast series that I did in the past, premium smoke podcast episodes that are not on Loyal Fans, and other special stuff that I might do over there just for my Spotify users. So 2 ways for you to enjoy exclusive content from the Smokers Lounge. Now, Miss Livie, can you please tell everybody where they can spend money on you?
Any way they like. No. So
I totally agree. Any way you want
like,
to be.
yeah, where do you want to put it? So if you just type in www.livieblainn.com, that gives you all of my links. So all the platforms that I'm on, fan sites, tube sites, wish lists, you name it, everything is listed there. My Fet side, my Fet life content, everything.
So there you go, people. So you to go spend money on Miss Blainn, check her out and everything, and she will be back here on the.
I mean, if anybody wants to buy my flights, you're more than welcome to. North Airlines, thank you so much.
Hey, would I give you the smoke over? Well, the industry is different on both sides of the pond. You also learn why men, these ladies and gents love to come to America because it's more lucrative, more opportunity, more chances. Also, apparently more professionalism. Sometimes when you see things, you see in the sizzle, but you don't see the steak that is behind it. Sometimes that steak is just raw as shit and ain't been cooked well. But your dumb ass still gonna want to fucking eat it. You're an idiot. But either way, what you learn is that nothing substitutes hard work, people. And if you ain't got the grind behind that steak, ain't nobody gonna eat it, no matter whether you in England or you in the United States. So with that being said, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? If you haven't learned anything, smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Miss Lady.
Bye. I don't know how I meant to say it. Like,
yes.